Hello, hello, it's Julie Davison from juliedavison.com. Welcome to Thursday Night Stamp Therapy. I'm so happy you are joining me today. I have got some fun projects in store for you. I have a little sneak peek to kick things off, and then we're going to kick back to some older online exclusives, and I'm going to share some projects using items that you can get during the sweet sale. We have just another week or so, a little week and a half left on this sweet sale, which is just been such a great sale because there are so many things that are on sale. So we're going to talk about that a little bit later, but I want to kick off with a sneak peek. I am so excited to be sharing the Floral Charm Suite with you. This is coming out in July 1st. Is when this is going to kick off for everybody. Now, if you're a demonstrator, you can order right now. And if you're a demonstrator, you can get that buy one, get one half off sweet sale on these products. I love that so much. And of course, it enabled me to overbuy as always. Cindy, yes, there is a paper pumpkin kit that coordinates with this set. In fact, mine just arrived, and I was thinking I should have made up the cards, but I didn't get a chance to. The June kit, full of charm, coordinates with this Floral Charm kit, or suite rather. Now, if you are not a subscriber of Paper Pumpkin, you can subscribe now, and you'll be able to get the refill of this kit when it's available, which should be early next week. Typically, it's on the last Tuesday. Now, raise your hand. Tell me, did you already get this one? Did you subscribe to Paper Pumpkin and get the June kit? This one is so pretty. I love that Paper Pumpkin has those exclusive stamp sets that aren't available anywhere else. So this stamp set does coordinate a bit with the designer paper with some like kind of floral and leafy images that I think would go really nicely, and some really nice sentiments. Let's celebrate you, miss you, happy birthday to a wonderful friend, and thank you. Of course, always the Paper Pumpkin includes a Stampin' spot, an adhesive, and all the things that you need to make the cards. So this one has 9 cards, 3 each of 3 designs. So gorgeous. I think the Paper Pumpkin kits have gotten so much better than they were like years ago when they first started. Gosh, when was that? Like 15 years ago, 12 years ago, 13 years ago. It is maybe 12, that sounds right. I want to say 2012 or 13. Anyway, oh my gosh, I was just talking with Deanna today about those Paper Pumpkin kits in the early days, and there were some very simple kits, I'll just say that. So these cards are just so beautiful. I just make them up as they are. Like, I just think they're so great. Anyway, we're going to make a card with the Charming Day stamp set and the designer paper. Now, this online exclusive, like I said, is going to be available for you starting in July, and it has a line art image. I laugh because, you know, I don't love to color. Like, this one's okay. This one's a little intimidating, although I did color it. Now, I have to tell you, this was like my 3rd or 4th try. I used some watercoloring techniques to color with Berry Burst, and what did I use? I want to say Shaded Spruce, but that kind of looks like Pretty Peacock. I don't remember because I was watercoloring, so I used the ink pad lid. Isn't this fun? I just love these colors. Yeah, Tina just got her Paper Pumpkin yesterday, and Cindy agrees. Every month just keeps getting better and better with Paper Pumpkin. Yours also came yesterday. That's just the day. I think it's so fun. All right, so I wanted to use this suite. Look at these gorgeous dies. I love those detailed dies. I wanted to use this gorgeous suite for you today because I was finalizing details on my 12 Days of Christmas gift box. I'm so excited. I do this every summer and every Christmas, and it is a chance to treat yourself this summer. If you reserve your 12 Days of Christmas gift box, it's going to include 12 individually wrapped gifts, Stampin' Up! product. Each one is wrapped and numbered, and the whole idea is that you can open up a gift every day and follow along with my 12 Days of Christmas video series, which will start July 25th, and there'll be a new live video every day where I showcase a project using the product that we opened up, the gift that we opened up. So it's not Christmas themed at all, and this year there is absolutely no Christmas products in the sweets or in the gift box. Sometimes I have included some Christmas products, but this year I am going to include this gorgeous floral charm designer paper. So that's the only little sneak I'm going to give you. You are going to get a package of this floral charm designer paper in your 12 Days of Christmas gift box. It's going to be gift number 1, and I'm not spoiling any of the other gifts for you. But this gorgeous paper, I just had to showcase how rich and beautiful these colors are. Blackberry Bliss, some Night of Navy, Mossy Meadow, Berry Burst, Timid Tiger, Pretty Peacock. Oh my gosh, tell me, are you a fan of this paper? If you would like to sign up for 12 Days of Christmas and get that designer paper plus 11 other gifts and a bonus gift from me, make sure you sign up and reserve your box at tinyurl.com/JulieGiftBox. Now, I've been doing this for like, I think 5 years. Maybe the first time was during COVID, so 2020. And it has just been so much fun. I love coming up with a little bonus gift for you guys. I love packing these boxes up. I feel like a little Christmas elf, and it's just so much fun to be part of the surprise and the little gifting experience. So if you are looking to treat yourself this summer, I hope that you will consider the 12 Days of Christmas in July gift box. So let's make a card with this gorgeous paper. And I wanted to show you these gems too. Charming Shimmer Faceted Dots. That's the other part of the suite. And then the ribbon that comes in this suite. I have to say I'm not a big fan of the ribbon. Just because I think it's so big and bulky. It is a light pink. What color? Petal pink it's supposed to be. And it's like a braided jute. And like I don't know. I just don't feel like it matches the vibe of the paper. Like I just want to bling this up, right? And so I just find it to be an odd choice a little bit. I don't know, is it just me? Oh, Janice, I think you're right. We did have a Sandy Claus stamp set. Yeah, I did the little clip art there with the Santa hat. I just had to make him a little Christmassy. Anyway, okay, so we've got this gorgeous sweet floral charm. Tell me what you think. Yes, no. And oh, all right, Jessica likes the ribbon. Oh, Cheryl, what a great idea. She said unbraid it. What? Are you gonna make me like this ribbon? Probably. So if you unbraid it, then it's not so big. It still is very rustic, and I guess some of the paper design is rustic. I'm sure I'll warm up to it. I kind of like it unbraided. I think that it is just so bulky when it's so big. So I think it's got some possibilities. I'm sure I'll turn around. I know it's going to happen. I'll see some fabulous project and then I'll be like, okay, now I need another roll. All right, well, I don't think we're going to use the ribbon tonight, but we are going to use the designer paper in the stamp set and the gems too, I think, to decorate. So here's our inspiration project. I made this one a while ago with the Daisy Delight. It was probably a couple years ago because we got the Wild Wheat and the Pebbled Path in there. And this is kind of a fun fold card that shows off lots of designer paper and coordinating images. And I just thought it would be fun. I saw this on my floor. I don't want to admit that, but I have a small pile of cards that I'm like, oh, I want to make these fun folds again. And so this was like in that pile, and I was like, oh, what's over here? I found another one that we're gonna make too. So I've got all the measurements for you. We're gonna make a card like this using the Floral Charm designer paper. I've got my pieces cut. Our card base is gonna be Berry Burst. And I have to say, like, this is a color I don't use a lot. When I pulled it out, I was like, I almost didn't even recognize it from the paper. My instinct was like, oh, that's Blackberry Bliss, but it's not. I don't think this one is anyway. This is Berry Burst, and I just don't use it. So I'm excited to get out Berry Burst. Now, if you're not familiar, this is a color that is in the brights. It's sort of like the purple color that's in the brights, although I think it looks more pink than purple. But when you hold it up to a pink color, like Melon Mambo, then it looks purple, right? So in the brights, it is the purple-y color, but it's a very much a pinky purple. I'm glad I'm not alone, Cindy. She also has piles on the floor. They're like organized piles, though. I know where everything is for the most part. Okay, our cardstock is 5.5 by 11 inches. So this is going to take up like almost a whole sheet of cardstock. You're going to score at 1 1/4, 5.5, and 9 1/4. And I'm going to put these measurements for you in the video description when we're all done. So you don't have to worry about trying to take notes. I'll have it right there for you. Then we have designer paper pieces. I pre-cut these. This was the new Floral Charm paper, and the pieces are 3.5 inches and 3.5 by 5 1/4 and 1 inch by 5 1/4. That's the floral pattern. And then of the Timid Tiger pattern, that's the orange pattern, I have a 1.5 inch by 5 1/4 and 1 inch by 5 1/4. Okay. And then we have a belly band that is like 1 1/8. I think I went just a little bit more than 1 by 11 inches. This is going to wrap around. And I've got a piece for the inside. This one's 4 by, I think it's 4. Yeah. 4 by 5 1/4. And this one's for die cutting. I have a little 1 3/4 inch circle of Timid Tiger and also a die cut from the Charming Day bundle. And I couldn't decide for the label on the belly band. I've got two choices here. One of them is the perennial postage. And I really wanted it to be just like a little bit bigger. But I wanted to pull this one out again and remind you that this is part of the suite sale because it was part of the perennial lavender suite a couple years ago. And so anything that was part of a suite, even if the entire suite isn't available anymore, if there was an individual product that was at any time part of a suite, it's part of the buy one, get one 50% off sale. So the perennial postage dies are part of that. You can get something else and then get these dies for half off. I mean, that's awesome. If that one's too small, or if you guys like this one better, I also cut one from the Nested Essential dies. Now, this was not part of a suite, so it's not on sale, but it is a rounded square that has some nice stitching on it, and I just thought it was a nice option. So you can give me a little this or that, perennial postage or Nested Essentials. I haven't used that one in a while. Both good workhorse die sets to have for your labels and projects. We're going to do some stamping and some coloring. That's right. We're going to do some coloring. And so let's start with that. And then we're going to put everything together. On the, what am I doing? I don't know. Making it up as I go. That's what I'm doing. I'm gonna stamp the flower image here. This is way too big of a scrap piece. I did not need one any bigger than that. I'm also going to stamp one of these on the inside here. We'll color that too because it's small. For the front, I'm going to use the sentiment, "Thanks for being you." Oops, a little bit of halo there of the ink. I'm going to try to be careful. That's better. And then I'm also going to stamp on the inside. Can't wait to see you again. Okay, we're going to do some more stamping, but that's it with the black. So let's get out our markers. I'm going to stamp, or color, rather, the flower with Timid Tiger. This is one of the new in colors that just came out in May. And I'm going to use the light one first for the flower and then add some dark details. And then I'm going to do the center with Berry Burst. Now that seems really dark, but I guess that one was the light. You guys are kind of torn on this. I see this and that and this and this and that and this, that, this. I think that this is winning. So if you want that, you better speak up. They're both great sets. You can't really go wrong. Then we're going to do Mossy Meadow. And this is also kind of a dark color, but so rich and beautiful. I think the colors in this designer paper are a little more fall-ish. Those regal, rich regal colors I really think of as being fall colors. But that makes sense because a lot of the other products that Stampin' Up! Is releasing in the July online exclusives are kind of gearing us up for fall and Christmas and Halloween. So I think you're gonna like it. There's several Christmas bundles. No Christmas paper really. There's like a tweed paper. I don't know where that little dot came from. That's so weird. A little Christmas, oh, like I said, the tweed paper. I need to do my unboxing video first. I'm getting some swaps that that are using these products. So once I get those swaps in, I'll do my video so you guys can see all the new stuff, and we'll really dig in and go through it. Now, I have to say, I didn't order everything. I'm trying to be better about not ordering so much because I have so many amazing things already. I know, the cute Halloween paper is so fun. It has some die cuts. And so I just love those little die cuts because then you don't have to do a lot of coloring and you can just like skip right to it. You want to see a card I made? That's like one of the only things I've done so far. I made this with my team. We did our mystery stamping, and this was the layout that we did. With a little princess. She is a die cut, laser cut piece right from the designer paper. So I did some stamping here, and of course the sentiment on the inside. But the other pieces are some of the paper, and there's some really fun characters to cut out from the paper too. It's a fun suite. You guys are gonna love it if you love Halloween. If you don't love Halloween, it's cute, but I'm sure I won't tempt you with it. Little berry burst here on the inside, and just adding some dark details. So pretty. All right, I'm gonna die cut next. So we're gonna get out our coordinating dies. Oh, look at these beautiful dies. I've really got to die cut all of them to see what they do. But we've got some detailed flowers. I love this rose here. Some branches and some other details with the rose bed and the leaves. We're going to use the one that coordinates with the stamped image. And a little bit of that tape. And let's see, that looks about right. I'm just gonna get Lucy out here. Love my little Lucy. Oh, Connie just joining. This designer paper is called Floral Charm. Thank you for answering, Michelle. And it's going to be available, this whole suite, as part of the July online exclusives. Earthquake! But I decided to use it early because I wanted to tell you about the 12 Days of Christmas in July gift box. And I've included this designer paper as one of those gifts. I should have not have done this in white. I should have done it in black so you could read it easier. tinyurl.com/juliegiftbox. Check it out. The sign up information is there, and signups are open. Okay. Let's see how this comes together. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm just making it up as I go. Let's start with the designer paper pieces. So we've got our cardstock, and again, I'll include all of these measurements for you in the video description. So we're going to fold it in half, and then we're going to fold that back, and then we're going to fold this back. Is that right? Yes, that is right. See, I don't know what I'm doing. Here's where we're going to do a little more stamping. So let me get out the scrap paper. Oh my goodness, I don't know where that came from. And I'm going to use the large image from this stamp set, this one, and stamp that in Berry Burst, just kind of in the background here. I am not making an advent box. Your box was so epic, Sharon. I loved that so much. All right. I debated whether to do one or two, but I think I'm just going to leave one. It's sort of subtle in the background there, but I love adding that extra little touch of the stamped imagery. Now we're going to add the designer paper, and we're going to have on the front, the more detailed flower piece is going to go on the edge. And the more solid color pattern is going to go on that bigger spot. Aren't these colors just so gorgeous? On the inside, we're going to put the floral piece here and the other tiger print there. So the first one we do see on the inside, so I kind of love that. I'm trying to remember where I first saw this card, and I think it may have been a Fun Fold swap that I got on the Million Sales Achiever retreat. I want to say Jackie Bullheist, maybe. That was a few years ago though, so I honestly don't remember. Look at that, just so pretty. I love that it's just covered all the pieces there and made it so colorful. On the front, we're going to have our belly band that's going to hold it closed. So I'm going to kind of put it back here, and then I'm going to fold over. And I'm folding like tight, but not too tight. I want this to be able to move easily. We'll use some tearing tape here to cover the center. And then this center seam will get covered up by the label. I guess I want to keep that in there, so get back in here. If you adhere it down when it's not on the card, then you have the tendency to make it a little too tight, and then it's not going to fit around the bulk of the card. I know, Sharon, we've had so many floral papers over the year. It could be so many. Okay, so we have our label, and I think that you guys mostly chose the perennial postage. I almost wonder if that is just too harsh of the line. Let's see when we get our other elements here. So we have our circle and our little flower, and I die cut the extra. I just thought it would be kind of pretty to add that in there. And I'm just sort of feeling like this is too, I don't know, that it's too small. Now that it's on the card, what are your thoughts? Do you think the perennial is maybe too small? Am I crazy? Hand-penned petals, I remember that. There's something I am just not liking. I can't pinpoint what it is. I don't know if it's the orange circle that's bothering me. Like maybe we should just stamp the sentiment right on there instead. Yeah, Tanya says she likes that one. I think so. Okay, but is the circle bothering you guys too, or is it just me? Yeah. Thank you, Sue. The circle has to go. I agree. Let's just stamp. Ah, I knew that was gonna happen. Oh, there is just a little bit of extra rubber here, and it is causing the halo. It's catching the ink, and then it's causing that nonsense. That nonsense. Let's see if we can take it off with our sand eraser. I can always just die cut a new one. Unfortunately, when you have these kind of die cut tags, like you can't turn it over because it just doesn't look the same with the details. The other option is we cover it up with a little bling. maybe we'll do that. or the flower. I don't know. What do you think? Is that good? I feel like some of the, I'm like adding them early because I think that some of the gems will just like help to round out the card. What am I doing? I don't know. I don't know. Now, without the circle, I think maybe this one is too big. What do you think? And I messed up the ink, so there's that too. Transferring these over, the glue dots want to pop off, so I'm trying to keep them on. And one right in the center. I don't know. I think that might be it. What do you guys think? And no extra leaves. I think that with the smaller one, the extra leaves aren't really needed. And it interferes too much with the other green. Too many leaves. Too many leaves with that one. All right, let's get it put together. Yay! No, it's so great. I'll save that for something else. So let's get these down. I'm going to use some Stampin' Dimensionals. Look at that, a new sheet. Oh, it's like when you change the sheets on your bed. Oh, it just feels so good to pull Stampin' Dimensionals off a new sheet. Is it just me? And then I think I'm going to use tear and tape because it's already kind of bulky. I'm going to use some tear and tape on the back to put the label down. Right in the center. Oh, so awesome. Sorry, I just feel like I need to clean up my mess here. Get all my pieces. out of the way so that we can see the gorgeousness of this fun fold card. I want to put it up a little higher here so we can really see that image on the bottom. And we take that off, and inside we have another little stamped image. I don't know where that orange dot came from. It looks like a little Stampin' Blend that just kind of got just a little lost. I don't know. Maybe I'll try to fix it later. Anyway, gorgeous paper, gorgeousness. I love this one. This is coming out again July 1st. So if you would like to get this designer paper, you can get it in July. If you're a demonstrator, you can get it right now. The other sides of these papers are just so beautiful. I love them so much. Look at that. Gorgeous. So this paper will be included. It's going to be the day one gift in my 12 days of Christmas in July. So I'll be sharing more project ideas, especially in that video. If you want to reserve your box of 12 days of surprises, go to tinyurl.com/JulieGiftBox. And where'd that other card go? Oh, right here. Look at that. Gorgeousness. Beautiful. Okay, that's it. The end of the video. Just kidding. We got more cards to make. We are going to do a card next with a suite that I've had for a while, and I just haven't used it, and I was pulling some things out, especially considering this suite sale. Buy one, get one 50% off all suites and suite products. And so I was looking through some of my card samples, and I found these cards made with the Thankful Garden bundle and this amazing Lovely Garden designer paper. So I'm going to start with the samples, and then I'll show you the designer paper and some of the products, and we're going to make a card. So this one uses the decorative masks and different colors to create that multicolor image. This one was a card I received from Deborah Pipke. So gorgeous. This one from Rachel Chamberlain. This was a swap card from Ruth Bingle. I think she used those decorative masks. So lovely. This was one I did, This or That. Do you remember this? I don't remember which video it was from. I think just like a regular video. I think I was just talking about the new products and the new online exclusives. So these online exclusives, the Lovely Garden, were these part of the January? No, I think these are part of the March release. So the online exclusives, there's new products every other month. So January and March and May and July and September and November. The Lovely Garden designer paper is a 12 by 12 designer paper with these beautiful garden imagery and some black and white designs, which are kind of fun. And you can get this paper. This is the great thing about this suite sale, the buy one, get one, 50% off, is that you can get the whole suite collection. Like you could get all of these things, or you could choose to get just the designer paper and get another designer paper for half price, or you can get just the stamps and get another stamp set, or you can get the masks and the dies and then get the stamp set 50% off. Like you can mix and match however you want. The rest of this suite includes these awesome little starburst sequins and this velvet, faux velvet, fresh freesia ribbon, really skinny there, 1/8 of an inch. Anyway, so I've had this stuff and I've made a few cards with it, but this is my thing. I keep realizing that like the products are coming out so quickly all the time that I just never have time to play with it. And then there's something new, and then there's something new, and then there's something new. And so I'm just gonna like hit pause and just use what I have and make some cards. And so I hope that I'm inspiring you to use what you have and to make cards at home. And maybe you don't have to buy the new thing. I mean, if you want the new thing, it's on sale. Buy one, get one 50% off. And you can shop in my online store at juliedavison.com/shop. If you want to see all the sweet products, you can go to tinyurl.com/June 2025 sweet sale. But really, if you just go browse, any of the products that are eligible for the discount have red letters by the add to cart button that say like buy one, get one 50% off sweet sale. So you can find it there. But anyway, I want you, and I hope that you do feel inspired to use what you have, to use that pinned petals or whatever that designer paper we were talking about earlier is, whatever you want to do. I hope that I'm inspiring you to get out what you already have, to use it, so then you will want to get something new because you've used what you have. The site, oh, Janice, it should just be lowercase or uppercase. I don't know that it matters. And the prices are on the site. There's two options. You can get a 6-day or a 12-day of Christmas. So I know the price for 12 days of Christmas is a lot, but it's literally 12 products, like 12 items wrapped up. And so that costs a lot, like just for the product. Honestly, I should mark it up more for the wrapping and the gift, like the packaging part, but I haven't really. It's literally just like the cost of those products with tax and shipping. So anyway, the prices are on the website. Okay, Susan, yes, she says, I'm trying to buy less and see how many different ways I can use a set. And also, I like to buy stamps that I can combine with something I already have to make it go further. Exactly. So whether or not you have Thankful Garden already, maybe you bought it when it first came out, maybe you didn't, but I'm sure you got something similar at home, right? Hi, Dolores. I love your little emojis there. Okay, let's, and Chris from Australia, so glad you're here. Okay, we are making a card. I've got some pieces ready to go. This card was kind of inspired by one that I saw in the online store. Do you guys ever do that? Sometimes I go and I'm like looking for inspiration. Like today, I'm like, okay, I've got to use this. I'm going to use this. Like I've made just a couple cards. I need to make more. And so like I just went to the store page for Thankful Garden for the bundle. And I looked, if you like click over, like there's product images and then there's pictures of samples and there's card ideas. And so a lot of times I just go and I browse there and I just look to see the card ideas that they have. And so this card tonight was inspired by a card that I saw in the online store. So one that was created by Stampin' Up! Concept artist. Now I'm making some changes and kind of doing, you know, a little bit different, but you can copy it exactly if you want. My point is there's inspiration to be found. This one is an online exclusive. It never was printed in a catalog. And so it can be tricky sometimes to find ideas for those products that are not in a printed catalog. And so if you go to the online store and just browse the pages, just looking at the samples, you'll be inspired. Sometimes I save those pictures and then I print them on my computer and I print them out as a reference since there's not a printed catalog. So another little tip, another little something to find your inspiration. All right, so I've got my pieces pre-cut and I'll put the measurements for you in the video description. This one is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. It's going to fill the front of the card. And this is thick white cardstock for our card base. Since we are going to cover the entire thing, I thought I might as well just use white because then I don't have to add an inside layer. There's another piece that is the back of this one. It's the fresh freesia kind of pattern. And this is 3 1/4 by 4 1/2. So it's 1 inch smaller on both sides than the other piece. I've got a 1 inch long piece for the sentiment. I did die cut some leaves. We'll see if we use them. We didn't use them on the last card, so maybe I won't use them this time. We'll see. We are going to use this larger flower. What kind of flower is this? Is that a pansy? No, I don't know. No, not a pansy. I take that back. Boop. Put it back in my mouth. I know what a pansy looks like. That's not a pansy. I don't know what I was thinking. But I don't know what flower it is. So tell me, please. I know you guys know your flowers. That's a hydrangea. But this one, I'm not so sure about. So tell me, please. Tina, if you want to send me an email and let me know. We can work that out when I invoice you. A primrose. Thank you, Cheryl. All right, so we're going to use the primrose and we're going to stamp in the Memento ink. And again, since I don't know my flowers, what I do is I use the designer paper as inspiration. So for coloring today, I'm using some different shades of light purple and pink, just like the designer paper. Now, if the designer paper, if the concept artist took some creative license in creating their colors for these flowers, that's on them, not me, because I'm just copying what they did. All right, I think I got it. No, it doesn't look like it's inked up all the way. I'm gonna try turning it that way. Okay. Ta-da! Beautiful. I'm going to stamp this one, Thankful for You, Friend, on my white strip. This was 1 inch, and I like to just stamp and then cut the end, because then if I don't put it right in the middle, I have some flexibility. We are going to do some stamping first with this one. It says, You Make a Difference. And I love on the sample card that I was inspired by that they stamped on, now they used cardstock. I'm using designer paper, but it's the same thing. We're going to stamp words as a background in the corners. So we have sorry, I need to concentrate. I can't talk while I stamp. I stamped 2 different lines. Then we're going to add the flower kind of in the middle. So it's just sort of a little tone on tone. Now that I've done it in the Fresh Freesia, though, I am going to stamp this again in black ink on the inside of the card. Boop, boop, boop. And I think I'm going to do a little bit of the flower on the inside. And I am not going to color the inside one. It's just meant to be like just a little pattern, just like that. That's it. Okay, so next we need, gotta keep all my pieces organized. We're done with the stamps. And we're going to use the masks. Ooh, not like Halloween. I'm gonna just I'm using that labeling and cover-up tape to just to hold my paper down. Now the masks, the Thankful Garden masks, include masks that will color both of the flowers in this set. And by the way, the flowers, as you can see, are bigger than what's on the cover. Here's the actual size of those stamps. They're a lot bigger than the cover art, which is only 75%. Okay, so the masks though have the shapes for both flowers, the hydrangea and the primrose. And so we are going to use, we're gonna line it up like so. Now I forgot to say the masks are all numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if you were using the masks without the stamp image and you didn't know where to line this up, you could use these and like notch your paper, and then they would be like in the same spot each time. Does that make sense? I think I did that in another video, the Sunday stamping video, perhaps. So you can see what that is like. I'll link it up in the video description. That was the video for this card. So I'll link that up when we're done. I'm going to start with Bubble Bath. I want just a really light color here. I almost was gonna just leave it blank, like just leave it white. But I'm gonna do the mask and I'm just gonna do really, really light. Blending in a circular motion. It's probably hard to see on camera because the color is so light, but when I lift up the mask, I think you'll be able to see it a lot more. You can see the difference. Again, really light on this one. And then when I'm done, I'm just gonna go to the sink and I'm gonna rinse this off. All of this Stampin' Up! Ink is a lightweight dye ink. Water-based dye ink, and so it's going to come right off with water. So I'll just wash that off when I'm all done, and then I can reuse it later with a different color. Now our mask to add some details, and I'm going to line those up right there. You can see the outline of the flowers. And for this one, I'm going to use some fresh freesia, and I have a different brush for that. And so this covers up some of the area, and so you'll see that lighter color underneath. See? Oh, let me bring it closer. So really kind of subtle, that detail that it adds. And then the last mask is really just like the nitty-gritty details here, and this would have been helpful for me to have. Would have been helpful for me to have that line over there because I don't have the exact. I think that's where it goes though. And for this one, I'm kind of going with the inspiration here, and I'm going to use black. I don't want to use a blending brush though. I'm not sure how well it'll pick up with the black ink. So I decided instead to use a sponge dauber. So I'm just going to pick up that black ink and just kind of sponge. In the spaces. Maybe a little burnishing sponge. Now, do you guys have the decorative masks? Have you tried these before? There's actually some in the last chance clearance rack right now. So if you're curious about the decorative masks and want to try how easy they are to layer together, then I would suggest checking that out in the online store. All right, that was the flower. Now we have two more masks for the leaves. And this one kind of does an all over color. And then this one will add the details. So I'm going to use some garden green for that. And I'm going to use the same color for both. I'm just going to kind of try to go a little light here. And then, wow, so easy. That's my kind of coloring. And then I'll come back with the detail and I'll go a little darker with the detail. Same brush, same color, just kind of a little more concentrated. Like magic. So there is our finished image. And for our card, I am going to die cut with the coordinating dies. So let's get that out. Now, I'm not sure if this will fit into our mini machine. So I'm just gonna reach down and do it on the big machine really quick. And die cut that. I'm not sure how I feel about the black. I will be honest. But the black is in the designer paper, and so I feel like it kind of goes, right? These pieces are going to layer together. Don't those words look really cool? I know they do. Michelle says, I think the masks are faster than coloring and give a wow to the image. Absolutely. They are very fast for adding as much detail as it adds. Because I did 3 different layers, 3 different colors on the flowers in like seconds, right? All right, let's get rid of that. We'll get our card put together. I have our sentiment. Thankful for you, friend. And I die cut the leaves thinking that maybe we could add some green, like into our card. I don't know, is that too much? Tell me what you guys think about the green. I also thought that bringing in some of the ribbon would be pretty. It's kind of like flat on one side and velvety on the other, so I'm not sure about tying a bow. Let's try it. Trying to turn it so that you got the velvet part on the front. It requires a bit of finagling. Now, the Lovely Gardening suite is not on the last chance list yet, but I was just thinking about how like quickly all the last chance things are like coming and going so fast. And so I feel like we need to just zoom in. Why are we so high? I'm gonna hold on tight. Okay. Sorry, that's better. We should have been zoomed in the whole time. Sorry about that. How are we feeling about the leaves? We like the green. I feel like Joe says no. No leaves. But Jennifer and Debbie and Janice like it. Sharon likes it. Maybe a different color. I don't know about a different color. I think I'm going to stick with the leaves. I do kind of like them. I think that is the consensus, is that we like them. So, all right, let's get our card put together. I feel like sometimes when I'm making a card, I just like get so lost in the steps, and it takes me a long time because I just get like overly focused on, you know, getting it to look just right before I glue anything down. Like I just need to stop and just like glue down, right? Just like put it together. So I am gonna add these leaves, and I'll use a little liquid glue. Kind of in the opposite corners. That's going to cover. Yes, that's going to cover nicely. I'll use some Stampin' Dimensionals to add the flower. Nice. The Thankful for You, friend. down here. So that kind of overlaps. So I'm going to put like one dimensional there and kind of have it hanging over the edge. This whole piece is going to go on with Stampin' Dimensionals. I limit to 2 layers. I've got it under the flower and under the paper. That's going to go right in the center of the card. Now, if you don't like covering up so much of the designer paper, I get it. You could always die cut some of that designer paper before you adhere it to the card, and then use that on another project. I'm really close to the edge, so I'm just going to go ahead and put it right up to the edge and scoot it over a smidge. Then we're going to add our ribbon. This card is coming together so nicely. These are too long though. I thought the bow was too big. And so I made it smaller, but then that made the tails too long. Yikes, shredding. Okay. It's gonna go right there. And then we're gonna add some bling. I'm going to use the white ones, I think. What do you think? White, yellow, or purple for the bling? I feel like the other colors maybe just are too overwhelming on the card. Yeah. Oh, a couple of you say purple. I want it to be subtle and not too much. I think that achieves that. I need another Stampin' Dimensional under here to tack that down. There is our finished card. The colors are a little different. Like the black is a little much, a little dark, but I think I like it. What do you think? Very fussy, a lot of things going on, right? We used the decorative masks, we did some die cutting, we stamped on designer paper, and we used other layers of designer paper and the ribbon and the sequins, but I think that it turned out quite lovely. What do you guys think? Would you make a card like this? If you don't have this bundle though, right, you could substitute any designer paper, any flower. I know you have them. So I hope that you feel inspired by this one. Let's switch gears. We started with flowers and then we did more flowers. And so I was like, we need to do something that's not flowers. And so as I was going through my list and the last chance list, like I said, there's some new things added, and I was thinking about these things that have just retired that I feel like I haven't had time to play with. And some of them are, you know, from March, some of them are from January, some of them are from the last annual catalog. The things that have been on there a little bit longer are discounted even more. And so some of the things that came out in November, I was thinking I really haven't done a lot with yet. And so that's what I'm breaking out today. Do you have any guesses? Not flowers, otters. This was one I really had a lot of fun with, these otters. And as I was thinking about showing you stuff that is part of the Sweet sale, the Sweet collection, I remembered the otters, and this is something where all the Sweet items are still available right now, and you can get this Sweet for the discounted price, or buy one get one 50% off. So you can get the paper, you can get the stamps, you can get the dies, you can get the other elements. They're all part of that sale. So this designer paper is 12 by 12, and it has such cute images here. Now, some of these do match with the die cuts, like this one and this one. And some of them you just are gonna fussy cut. It's got some nice imagery. I love the colors here. Balmy blue, pretty peacock, old olive, some pool party as well. And then pecan pie, gray granite, some basic gray, some calypso coral in there. Aren't they just the cutest? I know, right? They're so cute. The otters came out in November as an online exclusive. So Demonstrator pre-order would have been in October. And now they're on the last chance list, at least most of the things. The designer paper I know is 40% off normally. And so with the last chance list and the sweet sale, you get the discount on the sale price. So if you wanted to get like the stamp set, then you could get the designer paper half off. And that's half off the 40% off price, which makes it just like a couple dollars. I wanted to show you this piece as a 12 by 12 because it is set up as like a large, almost story mural, and you can cut it apart. It's meant to be really cut into like 4 by 6 pieces. So like that's a card front, that's a card front, that's a card front, that's a card front, that's a card front. Well, it's kind of like a long card front. Or you can use them as borders. You can do a scrapbook page with it. But I had to show you the whole thing because showing you just one corner isn't going to really do the whole page justice. So here is the back side of that. It's got these colorful stones. And then we have the stamp set, Otterly Amazing, with line art imagery and some fun dies. These dies are really cool. And I was going to die cut ahead of time some images, so I'll just have to die cut them. Oh, really quick for you. So we've got some stones, and we've got like the wave, and we've got the little fishies. They're so cute. Some bubbles and some seaweed and the log, and then of course the images that kind of match. Then we've got the riverside irregular pearls, and also the Lost Lagoon soft cording. So this is like I want to say it's like baker's twine, but it's not. Like it's really, really soft and smooth, and like it's like a ribbon, except, well, it's cording. Like that's what the name is. That's what it is. I shouldn't try to describe it in another way. It's soft cording. That's what it's called. So it's really pretty. Let me show you, before we get started, let me show you some samples, because this is the thing, is like I used it a bunch when it first came out, and I made some really cute cards, and then I put it away and I forgot about it because there was new product and new product and new product and new product, and so I forgot how fun the otters were. You're utterly amazing. This is inspiring what I plan to do on the front of our card today. Here is one where I die cut with the dies the imagery from the designer paper. We're cute together. I love this one. Uses a designer paper piece as the card base and some imagery from the designer paper. I just love the little cuddlers. Like, they're so fun. This actually die cuts as one image as well. And then this one, I think, was a Sunday stamping video, and it has a pop-up diorama. Pretty cool, huh? If you haven't seen this card, check it out. I'll add the link to the video description with the measurements for the card that we're making today. A pop-up diorama card. All right, so for today's card, I told you I have a stash of cards on my floor. that I hang on to, like, oh, I want to try this fold. And so this one comes from Judy Howard, and she made this one for Valentine's Day last year, I think. So it's been on my floor for a while. And I just loved the designer paper element that she has inside. And so this is folded down to be a little pocket. And I just thought that was so clever, and what a great way to use designer paper. And so as I thought about the designer paper, I really thought it'd be fun to use that big scene and create that fold on the inside. So we can fold it and have this little like pop-up piece on the inside of the card. I don't know, I just thought that was kind of cool. You could add more scores. I kind of want to add more scores. I don't know what that would look like. Maybe we just stick with the one. This is 5 inches by, I don't know. Let's get a ruler out. It's 5 inches by 9.5 inches, and I scored it at 3 1/4 or 3 3/4, 4 3/4, and 5 3/4. So these are 3 3/4 by 5, and these are 1 by 5. Oh, it's too big. I'm seeing some of your comments. Oh, I'm not sure. Is it on the otter? Is it, what tag is too big? I'm trying to figure out Ruthie. I'm trying to figure out Ruthie's comment. Okay, so I did cut a piece for our thing. The original plan, like Judy's card, was to fold this down and have a tag that like pulls out and has a message inside. And so I think I'm going to still do that. Let's stick with the original inspiration. This guy, I felt bad for cutting him off, but look, he's gonna be covered anyway, and so it's okay, right? I'm debating whether or not that centerpiece needs to be whether or not it needs to be glued down. I kind of like keeping it open. And I think it'll fold okay. I am going to keep it open. That's why I was debating whether or not to make another fold in the middle. We're going to stick with it. I'm thinking too hard about this. And this is for the front. Okay, so for this, what we're going to pull out on the front, it's going to say you're utterly amazing. I think my punch might be too small. I think we're gonna, oh goodness, I think we're gonna need the 2-inch circle punch. And this was the one I got sidetracked and I didn't get all my stuff out. We need early espresso, and I'm going to, I'm going to die cut. That's right. Okay. So I'm going to do love you. And I think some fishies. I think some fishies would be cute. I was debating whether or not to do the to stamp and color an otter, but I was like, I think I've done enough coloring tonight. And we're gonna stick with something simple. At the top, love you lots, and then we'll use Lost Lagoon for our fish. Boop. Love you lots. That's going to be the part that comes up the tag. On our big circle, you're utterly amazing. And we are gonna fussy cut because this one for the front doesn't have a coordinating die. Kind of silly. I should have picked one that did have a coordinating die. That would have been smart. I don't know what to say. I'm starting to get tired. I was just thinking about the sun's going down. And it was a hot day today here in central Illinois. We had some storms that rolled through yesterday, some crazy wind. Nothing too crazy by us, but there were some tornadoes in other areas of central Illinois, which is always so scary. I'm taking my inspiration from this piece, and you're utterly amazing. And so I want to, I think, die cut the log and maybe add some of these in Old Olive. So I'm going to die cut those really quick. So we need Old Olive and we need Early Espresso. Tell me what you guys have planned for this weekend. I registered for Creativity Now, which is a Demonstrator virtual event that Stampin' Up! Is hosting. And so I'm really excited to watch that online and to do some crafting with some brand new products that are sneak peek from the September through December mini catalog. Like, it's a big sneak peek. And by big, I just mean like far out sneak peek, like, you know, something that's not going to be available for Demonstrator pre-order until like August, I think. All right, I got my scraps. I'm going to die cut these really quick. I'm so grateful. My friend Mary Ellen is hosting some Demonstrator friends at her studio for Creativity Now. So I'm excited to gather together with some other local team members and stamp with them and hang out. It's always more fun together. And I was thinking, I have a bunch of team members who are signed up for it. Are you? If you're a jubilant stamper, let me know if you're signed up. I was thinking it would be fun to design another card with the paper and everything and do like a little Zoom. So I'm sorry I haven't got that figured out. Oh yes, please do tell Jean that we said hi. I have got my elements, and let's put that aside. Oops, one more die, don't lose it. Okay, let's glue some things down. Let's make this card happen. This is a fun card to bust through and use up your scraps of designer paper, because I know that we all have hordes of designer paper. Right? That's just what we do. It's just how it is. And so use your designer paper to create a card like this. It doesn't have to be otters. Use whatever you got. I put adhesive on this one. This is gonna go here. Okay, I'm gonna put this one down first. All the way to the edge. Okay. And then this one's going to go all the way to this edge, and that should collapse. And so there's like a little pop-up there. Kind of fun. Now on this side, I want to keep it open for this. And so I can put a little bit of adhesive like here and here at the very bottom, but otherwise you don't want to put adhesive on this side. Otherwise you won't have a pocket to put your little card in. So just keep that in mind when you're gluing that part down. Just a bit of adhesive. And this is going to line up with the other side. I'll use a little dab of regular adhesive to hold that down. Our card slides right in here. Love you lots. You know what we need? Something a little bit right up here. Since none of that is glued down. Let's do, well, let's see how well I can make this happen. The tear and tape. Like just in that corner, the top corner, because again, you want to leave most of it open here for that. Love you lots. That's kind of fun. I love that on the inside. Oh, this drives me crazy when the card front is just a little bit shorter than the back of the card. Easy fix though. On the front, we're going to add this piece of designer paper. It's 2 inches by 5 inches. It's just another part of this one. So I used mostly that, and then this comes from the bottom corner here. I wanted the same like vibe, but I didn't want any otters because I wanted the otters to be on the focal point. So then we're going to have this down here. You're Otterly Amazing. We're going to add the log. It's like a really subtle piece here, but I think it adds just a nice detail. And then also we're going to have these little sprigs coming up. They're too long. We don't need all that. We'll use a little bit of liquid glue here. Sharon, I think you're saying you missed the sign up for Creativity Now. So that was, it's an event hosted by Stampin' Up, and the registration was like back in March or something like that. And then maybe it ended in early April. And then the pre-order was like in May. And so it's too late, unfortunately, to sign up for it. Mom missed the registration too. I think if the registration was open for like a month or something. And so unfortunately it's too late for Creativity Now. They did cut off registration and it is no longer available. So I'm so sorry that you'll miss out. But when I do the Zoom, I will invite the whole team. And we'll just make it like maybe a bonus mystery stamping or something. And then we can fill you in and tell you all about it. Oh, I love it. Cheryl says, it's not hoarding. We are paper rescuers. I like that. That makes me feel better. Okay, here's where our card is coming together. I kind of feel like I would like this layer to have something underneath it, and I'm thinking like a white, how do I feel about that ribbon? I don't know about that. Anyway, back to what I was saying, sorry. Sidetracked. White. I think I want a white square to go under the DSP. I'm going to cut one. You can tell me what you think. The DSP is 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. So I'm going to cut my square 3 inches. I'll have the full list of measurements on this one for you and all the cards in the video when we're done. There's the white border. You're utterly amazing. What do we think? How do we feel about the blue? Is it does it blend in too much with the, does it blend in too much with the green? Should we make the sentiment be white? Look at that, see? What? Oh, that's cute. That's just smart use of your paper because you're gonna cover it up anyway. Anyway, should we have the sentiment be in white instead? Or do you like the blue? Is the 2-inch too big? Oh, you know what? Actually, it is gonna fit on the 1 3/4. I thought it was gonna be too, I thought it was gonna be too small, but it's not. It fits. So many scraps on my desk. Okay. White layer, yes or no, yay or nay. And then I think I like the smaller circle. So blue circle, white circle, blue ribbon. Yes, no, thoughts? If you don't like the white, I could do a, oh, I think I might like that even better. A brown. A brown square. A brown square. A white circle. Blue circle, white border. Yes, dark brown with white circle. How do we feel about the ribbon? Kind of tie that blue in, or is it just too random? Is the blue ribbon too random? I think the brown looks good. I think the white was too bright for everything else that was on the card as far as the border goes. So I'm gonna do brown. We're gonna put this on with Stampin' Dimensionals. Put a large white circle behind the blue circle. Oh, that's a good idea. So, do you know what came today? My 1 7/8 inch circle punch. I ordered it. It was back in stock, and I was like, I have so many circle punches, but do I need one more? Probably. You know, I think I just like the smaller one. I feel like the large circle is just too big. I just feel like it's just too big in general. So I think that the smaller circle without a layer is the way. You're utterly amazing. Ah, yes, I am. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, no ribbon. I think that's the consensus. And I am going to add, though, some of the Riverstone gems. And those are, there are some that are more of the blue. Blue tone to them. And so I think that's how we bring in the blue. I think we just bring it in with the gems. I think we have a winner here. You're utterly amazing. Love you lots. What do you think? What a fun card. Thank you so much to Judy for her inspiration. I did mine just a little bit differently, but you can see that I was definitely inspired by her card. Judy, thank you so much again for the card and for the inspiration. I'm so glad that I got the otters back out to use them again. This is on the last chance list while supplies last, but it is also part of the sweet sale, so you can get a discount on some of these things, discount on top of the discount if you like the otters. I hope I've inspired you to get out what you might have at home already and use it again. We made 3 cards tonight. Leave a comment, let me know which one was your favorite. We started with the flowers and did a fun fold card showcasing some new floral charm designer paper. This one is so pretty. I just love these colors together. Berry Burst with Timid Tiger and Mossy Meadow. Then we switched up. We did some more flowers with the lovely Garden Suite. That designer paper, also part of the sweet sale. All of it. The decorative masks, the bundle, the stamps, the little starburst, the ribbon, all that stuff part of the sweet buy one, get one 50% off sale. And so are the otters, another online exclusive that came out back in November. And whether you're using otters or something else, I hope that you are inspired by that fun fold and by all the cards. I'm looking at your comments here. Bonnie says card number 1 was her favorite. Yes. And Cheryl, the otters, because she loves the animals. I love that. Regine Ann said the thankful card. That's this one, yes. Oh, Sharon loves the otters too. I'm really surprised so many of you are picking the otters. I really thought you guys would be all about the flowers, but I love them all, and I'm so happy with the way that they turned out. Thanks for hanging out with me tonight and stamping. I had a lot of fun. I hope that you did too. If you enjoyed tonight's video, please give it a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, especially because in July we're going to do our 12 days of Christmas in July, which means 12 days of daily videos sharing a new project with you every day. That daily video series is going to start on July 25th. I'll be unboxing one of the gifts every day and sharing a project video. And so if you would like to unwrap your own gift at home and be part of that 12 days of Christmas in July experience, make sure that you reserve your box at tinyurl.com/juliegiftbox. There is a note of important dates there on the reservation page. I'll be sending out invoices starting next week on Friday, June 27th. So if you don't get an invoice right away, don't panic. I just don't want to send it too early because I won't be sending out the gift boxes until the middle of July. And so I don't want you to, I don't want your money to be all tied up with something that you're not getting yet. So watch for those invoices starting next Friday, but go ahead and reserve your box right now. Registration is open and I'm so excited about the gift box. I'm working on all the contents and getting everything figured out, all the wrapping, and working on that very special bonus gift for you if you participate and get the full 12 days. Oh, yay! I'm so excited. You're excited, Bonnie. Tina, of course you can case the card. You can case any of my cards. Case, of course, means copy and selectively edit, or copy and steal everything. I would not share a card in a video if I didn't want people to be inspired and to create the same thing. So please case away. I hope that you enjoy making it. I know your grandbaby and their family will love it too. All right, you guys, that's it for me today. I hope that you have a fabulous day tomorrow, a great weekend ahead. Mom and I are going to have our Sunday stamping video for you on Sunday. I almost said July. Sunday, June 22nd. So be sure to tune in for that. And Great Big Card Swap Part 2 is happening on Tuesday, the 24th. And then next week on Thursday, the 26th, we are going to be showcasing the June bonus project kit, the project kit that you can get for free when you order $40 or more. So take advantage of that sweet sale, pick out some favorite things. And if you order $40 before all your discounts and tax and shipping and all that stuff, you'll get that bonus project kit from me. And I will reveal that next week. Have a great weekend. See you soon. Bye, everybody.